A volunteer El Paso County Sheriff's deputy speaking out tonight after being fired from his job. The Sheriff's Office says he publicly contradicted their official report on a horse mutilation case last summer. But the deputy says he never represented himself as a deputy in public reports. Here's reporter Andy Cohen with our balanced coverage on a story you'll only see here.
Chuck Zukowski has been a volunteer deputy with the El Paso County Sheriff's Office for 8 years. He was fired last month, according to his termination letter, because of his, quote, conducting paranormal and unidentified flying object investigations and publicly contradicting an official investigation. The incident in question appears to be the horse mutilations that took place at the Schneider Ranch near Rush last August. Zukowski disagreed with the official findings and said so in both his blog and an interview with the Denver TV station.
I know that in the letter it says I contradicted their statement, but I didn't contradict them per se, where I mentioned El Paso County Sheriff's Department was wrong. I've never ever done that.
In fact, in both reports, he's identified as a paranormal investigator and never disagrees with the Sheriff's Department by name. But this article, posted at the website thehorse.com, clearly identifies him as a reserve deputy. Zukowski says he never represented himself to the author as a deputy and doesn't understand why he wasn't questioned about the report before he was fired.
I would have liked to have the opportunity to go in and defend myself rather than just have a couple deputies show up and take my badge and my ID and my gun.
We asked the Sheriff's Office for comment so we could get the other side. The public information officer told us she couldn't comment specifically on this case because it's a personnel matter, but she did say that employees and volunteers are held to the same standards.
The code of conduct or the expectations of our reserve staff, or any of our volunteers for that matter, is absolutely the same as it would be for our paid employees, our sworn or our civilian employees.
Zukowski says his supervisors never told him which policy he specifically violated. We searched the county's rules of conduct and discovered one provision that limits employees from criticizing the Sheriff's Office, but the rule doesn't extend to off-duty, private conversations.
Do you feel like this was just about, that your termination was specifically because the Sheriff's Office didn't like what you were doing in your spare time?
I think there's probably people within the Sheriff's Department that may have issues with that.
Andy Cohen, News First 5.
And I don't know.
By the way, the Sheriff's Office currently has 37 volunteer deputies on the force. Their combined hours worked saved the department approximately $171,000 last year.